To all the peoples of the world, I once more give expression.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
I have never been a quitter.
Tear down this wall.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask, is not an alien force already?
Have you ever seen something that defies explanation?
You are not alone.
We seek to define and provide for those unwilling to taste the other side. It is in our dogmatic conviction to document the supernatural.
Our team, Joe Martinez, Jonathan Martinez, and Vincent Brunel will push the limits of technology and science.
We may not have all the answers, but they are out there, and we will find them. We are Dead October Paranormal.
Stop. Thank you for joining Dead October Paranormal. My name is Job, aka Castle Cage, and once again I have Joseph, the Extreme.
The Extreme.
I don't believe it. Who is that handsome devil?
Gentlemen,
he's right there.
It's the Extreme.
Handsome.
It's the extreme. Oh man, let's start that shit. Oh, manly handshake ensues.
I still think it's bullshit. I don't have my own. And then we have Jonathan, aka Fanboy. I'm the Fonz boy.
The Fonz boy.
Is that my new intro? I am the Fonz. The Fonz boy. I thought these
boy
cigars
of the Fonz
were supposed to be smooth. They are not smooth. Mine isn't too bad. It's not great, but it's not. I mean, value.
Well, what do you expect when you buy cigars at a gas station?
It even says
sitting on the rack for months.
Great value. Yeah, you can taste the value. Drinking a beer and a cigar, I feel like I taste like a wino.
Yeah.
You probably smell like one too.
Oh yeah.
I could taste it, dude. Like just the wino just pouring down my throat. Scratch and sniff test. Sick.
Ah, don't do that. Gross. First video podcast. We tried it last time. And we failed.
Epic fail. So hi everyone.
Epic failure. So now you can see us.
You can see my fat face.
Fat. Fatty fat. Fatty McFatterson. So yeah.
So
first video podcast.
The other one, it was just an epic fail.
Yeah, we tried. We failed. It was a good try.
We're going to put the intern to work. He's going to check on the cameras throughout the podcast. So JP's our intern.
You're going to have to learn cameras. Maybe we'll sit down with you and we'll teach you cameras.
You're going to have to teach him all that. You're going to have to learn it.
The red light is blinking. Is mine still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because the screen went off.
It just saves power.
Ah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Still there. Sure.
Yeah, it'll just become the YouTube. Just like all our episodes, I'm barely in them, and it's YouTube's faces.
You're the cameraman. Yeah, you brag so bad that
Job turns around the camera and he's
filming is
looking
so
at
good.
himself, looking at his eyes.
It's because my eyes look beautiful.
My eyes look beautiful.
It's my job to be the beautiful face. Job's the front man, and you're the cameraman.
What are you saying? I have a face for radio, bro?
Mm-hmm. D-Mac. No. I wouldn't say face for radio. You have a Brandon Stokely face. But you have a hand for cameraman.
I am beautiful.
You have a hand for cameraman.
Times I wake up walk in the bathroom in the morning, my hair's all wild. I'm like, dang, who's that handsome devil?
The holy man shaking, or what does he say?
Manly head shaking Suze.
Man. So,
what is that? Why do men have to have a firm handshake?
That's a dominance thing.
Who made that rule?
Fucking alpha male thing.
I've met guys who have crushed my hand. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not going to remember you. I'm just going to remember that my hand was crushed.
Yeah,
kind of pisses me off.
I felt bad yesterday. I shook. It's a dominance thing. Boyfriend's hand, dude, and I felt his bones like go. I forgot who I did that to one time. I shook their hand all hard, and I felt like it was all soft, and I just crushed their hands, and I felt like like I just broke all their fingers.
I don't get it, dude. I don't know.
But
why.
I barely even like squeezed. It was sage rage.
You broke Rager's hand.
Yeah. Eric did too. Shook his hand. He's like, oh.
Eric was the worst. He used to attack your hand. It wasn't just a handshake. It was a from way back to. Like,
Sage was all, oh, you broke my hand.
The worst thing, dude, when you would give Eric knuckles and his bony ass knuckles would fucking break yours.
Yeah.
Like, ow, man, what the hell?
You used to know when the two fingers would lock your like around your hand, it would fucking, you knew you're coming for a crunch.
John used to do the best. He used to tickle the inside of his hand so he wouldn't like knuckle him.
Yeah, I would grab his hand and then I'd tickle the inside.
Yeah.
And I would just like go like that. Somebody knocking?
You keep on knocking but you can't come in. Somebody was knocking?
Somebody was knocking at the door?
Silence. We can't hear with these.
I can't hear you.
Cuts everything out.
Somebody was knocking.
All I hear is moom 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 moom. It's like listening to Charlie.
Like
Brown's
I said,
parents.
dude, when I was setting up the studio, freaking, I saw that big black shadow like standing right next to me, and then when I went to go look, I saw half of it. You remember on like Demon House when that thing goes to the camera and moves out like that?
Yeah,
like that.
Like,
it was weird.
Dude, that
walks up real slow.
Yeah. I love that documentary. I think he did a really good job on that one.
And then like today we were John and Vince came over and we were working on the episode, and like not even 5 minutes of them being here, I walk upstairs and then we hear like a little kid and I'm the only one downstairs.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't just one little kid. I thought I heard like all the kids downstairs. Yeah. It was crazy.
It was like Millie's voice and it was like, yeah.
Just another common occurrence of this wild ass.
Well, even then we were like, did you hear that? And like Job looked down there, and right when he looked, it did it again. It was like, meh.
Well, the other night we were having dinner and we were all standing in the kitchen getting ready to serve our plates, and I swear I seen an old lady standing in the doorway. She was like an older white lady, and she had like blonde and white mixed hair, and it was all wild. And I turned around and I kind of seen her. And then I turned around, I said, whoa, and I tried to tell you guys, and I turned back around, and it was gone.
Just based off of, like, what you guys have told me, have you ever seen that movie, Donnie Darko? Grandma Death?
No.
Where she has, like, the wild frizzy hair, and she walks back to the mailbox over and over?
I've seen it maybe pieces.
I don't remember what she looks like.
Where her hair is all wild, and she's, like, all old.
I've seen it enough to know that one, that dude's in it.
Dude, I think our house is like a highway for spirits.
Might be.
Because I don't see the same spirit over, like, that. The other night, I fell asleep. I was laying on the floor in the basement, and I fell asleep on the floor, and on the door frame, I seen, like, a head. Like sideways, but like at nose level, protruding from the door frame, and it had black eyes, and it just had a white head with black hair. And it was just looking at me, and I looked, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" I pretended like I didn't even see it. I was like, "No, I'm not even gonna fucking."
You know what bothers me about the paranormal, dude, is they do weird shit like that. Like, what's the point of him? Of like
intimidation,
the thing just like being
it's so
like
scary, dude.
Creepy,
just intimidation,
or like a ghost.
Well, if it feeds off your energy and you're scared, that's a lot of energy. You're giving off a lot of energy.
Like if a ghost touches you, it's like, bitch, I didn't give you permission.
They don't.
I didn't tell you it was okay. You're like over there pulling on my shirt or doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know, spirits do stupid shit. Yeah. Like, hey, breathe in your ear.
I feel like,
hey.
And what sucks, dude, is I feel like our bathroom.
Your butt cheek pins in the shower?
Yeah. I was taking a shower after, like, we got back from one of our investigations, and somebody just, like, squeezed. It was, like, a good butt squeeze, too, because I got a lot of butt.
Uh-huh.
Got a lot of butt to squeeze, so it squeezed it pretty good. And it was a good old pinch, and I turned. I thought
a lot of ass cheek.
We were doing a evidence review, and I thought John's ass was mine, and I was like, he was wearing his tight jeans, and I was like, damn, I look good in those jeans.
That was my ass.
It was John's ass.
That was my ass.
But the dumb thing is that you were the one holding your camera. We were watching your camera.
Yeah, we were watching.
So
Joe's
how the
footage.
hell could those have been your legs and ass?
He's like, I look good in those jeans. I'm like, that's my ass, Job. Thanks. That's my ass.
I'm glad you think
I look good in my jeans. What can I say? Odie always tells me I have a nice butt. I have a bubble butt. Bubble butt.
I have like a little baboon butt, dude.
You don't
like,
have
it's
a
all
butt.
Tiny. It's like a little monkey butt.
Yours is like a V. It just goes straight like to nothing.
Thighs.
I'm surprised when you sit on your chair, you don't slip right off.
I need to do like butt clenches.
I have the top part.
I don't know.
Maybe I could like.
I gotta fill out the bottom of my.
Maybe if I go get like a
squats, bruh.
I could like 3D
Squats would
print
do me
like
good.
a.
I don't get it. When I was little, I always
A
had a
butt
bubble
plug.
butt though. I couldn't wear certain jeans when I was little because I had such a big ass.
I could 3D print a butt plug that connects to a weight, and then I'll just do butt clenches.
That's
Every time white demons touch you.
why demons touch you? Because they're povos.
Ghosts? You want to call them ghosts? I call them demons. 7 sons of Sceva.
Because what?
The 7 sons of Sceva.
Skiva?
I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know. Idea.
Skeeta?
They tried to cast out a demon, and the demon said, I know Paul and I know Jesus, but I don't know who you are. And he beat them up. 7 brothers. Beat them up. Threw them out naked.
The
Because you have
demon
no
beat
authority over them, that's why.
the demon beat them up naked.
Beat them up, ripped off their clothes, and threw them out naked.
A perverted demon.
Well, dude, I think demonic figures or demonic spirits, I think they don't really live by rules.
No.
Yeah, they do.
I think that
They do what they want.
that they try to perverse any way.
I think
and
they're
perverse God's
they're
image
governed-
in any way.
They're governed by some rules. Like they can't attack, just physically attack you. I don't think they have permission to do that.
I've been attacked.
Why?
I think
When
that
we
they
came
would
back-
need permission because you're a child of God.
When we came back from Melbourne, that demon put its hands on
I know,
my
but
chest
like
and my face,
intimidate you, yeah, maybe,
And then
manhandle you a little
like
bit. but
scratch people.
Can't
can
it
scratch.
can't do what it wants to do? Like it just wants to rip you limb from limb.
True.
So, and in that it says that there's some rules.
So those are the rules. It just says, oh, you could do a little influential scratch. Just
I don't know. We don't know
to
what they are.
deter you or fear you, or to make you fear them.
I think if you have God in your heart, that they could only do certain things to you. They can possess you, but only if you allow them to. That's the whole infestation,
allow
oppression,
them
and
to, though?
possession.
What is like the
So
this-
the infestation is you have a demonic entity in your house.
I mean, 'cause, like,
Oppression is
nobody-
when it starts moving crap, and then that's when you run from it and you get scared. By you getting scared, you're giving it it's feeding off that energy and it's
But
giving him
nobody
permission
wants to be
to possess you.
like
yeah.
the Conjuring movies, like they
Yeah.
start off all like
Little things.
Little
the
things
clock
that-
starts at 3, and then the next day the clock falls over, and then the
or
next day
you see a shadow,
Mhm.
and then something touches you, and then all of a sudden something crazy happens.
Yeah.
Dude, all those movies follow the same. They follow the same. How would you say? Like guideline.
Yeah.
It always starts off happy and blah blah blah. Then something small happens. Something.
I don't
a little bit bigger happens, and then it progresses. And
But for somebody who's experienced a demonic, I don't know what it was. It was a lady. She had to have been possessed. But I experienced it when I was younger, and the movies have it dead on. It's like complete chaos, but it's silence. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, go into more context about that.
So we were at having service, and this lady was, I think she was homeless or something. She came in after she was asking for food or something. I don't.
For
remember.
those of you
I was
that
just a
don't
little
know,
kid.
Vince's dad is a pastor.
So we were sitting in the front waiting for my dad, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go back and him and his uncle were gonna go back and pray for her." So they went back to pray for her, and as soon as they laid hands on her to pray for her, they asked her, "Can we pray for you?" And she's like, "Yeah, I would love that." And as soon as they laid their hands on her and started praying for her, my dad said that she had like superhuman strength, and that she grabbed his hand and threw it off. And this is a tiny little lady; she wasn't very big. She grabbed his hand, and he said when she grabbed his hand, all his bones like cracked. That's how strong she grabbed. Superhuman strength. She ripped off his hand, and he kept praying. And they both were praying, and she started screaming. But it wasn't a normal scream. It was her scream, ah! And then there was a high, mid, and a low on top of it. So there was like
voices
four,
over voices?
Yeah, like 4 screams at once. And we're all the way in the front. They're in the back praying for her. And you could hear her screaming, and she starts talking in this weird language or whatever. And she's screaming. And the church we had was a storefront, so upstairs they had cats. And all of a sudden the cats upstairs were going crazy. Screaming. She's screaming. The cats are screaming. There's like all kinds of bangs and stuff going on. We're just sitting in the front. Like, I was 10, maybe 11. Like, scared out of my mind, man. I was sitting there and it was just chaos, but at the same time, you're sitting in an empty church and it's pure silence. It's peaceful. It's weird. It's weird how they get that right.
Yeah.
That it's peaceful yet chaotic at the same time, and you know it's not natural. Whatever's going on, you know every part of you inside of you says run.
It's
that movie, like Emily Rose.
Yeah, I was just.
It is exactly like.
You ever see that video when that chick's all like, her eyes are rolling and she's like, ah, and he's like, shut the fuck up with that shit, bitch. And he's like, fucking dumbass bitch. And then she like stops and she's all, oh shit. But he like walks up to her, shut the fuck up with that shit.
Oh yeah.
But
it's like a street video or something.
But on all those movie sets, there's things that are happening all around. There's lights that fall. There's doors that are opening and shutting during the filming of these movies. There's things that are actually going. They even have a demonologist on set during.
There's always like
they had priests on set during.
There's always things going on. Like,
was it
on
the Poltergeist or the Exorcist?
The Exorcist. They had priests on site because there was so much crap going on that they were like scared. The crew were scared.
Yeah. And like they like even the Conjuring, dude, there's like shit happening, and like the crew were like scared filming the movie.
Even when they were filming the Passion of the Christ, things were happening on that set. He got hit by lightning when he was on the cross. Like lightning struck the cross when they were filming it outside.
Was that a sign from God?
I don't know, man. There was stuff happening on that set too. I don't remember all that was going on, but I remember they said there was just tons of
just pure blasphemy.
Things were happening, things were breaking, things were like with us. Whenever we try to do something, it's like hell just to get to do what we were gonna do.
All the time, shit's like fucking chaotic. It's always chaotic.
That's how you know you're doing the right thing, because it's like everything's against you.
Like when I was starting the Ashmore episode, dude, my computer crashed like 3 times.
Yeah.
It just like crashed. Like it would just like, and it would get all fuzzy and shit and then just shut down.
I think there's a reason for that. I really do. I really truly think that there's a reason for that. There's some people out there who probably listen to us and think we're just crazy. I don't know.
Well, you never know until you experience it for yourself.
I know.
I think you could tell people all you want, and I have this story, or this happened, or we saw this and we heard this and shit, but until you like go to these investigations and you literally can hear somebody walking around and all 3 of us are standing still and nobody's fucking moving.
Yeah.
And you can literally hear somebody walking and you're like almost in disbelief. Like you're like, whoa.
The only that one time
because we all started off as skeptics. At heart, we're skeptics.
Yeah.
That one investigation we did for the No Name family, and like I felt demonic oppression like no other for that investigation.
It's the first time I've been saying the Lord's Prayer my whole life.
Yeah, dude.
My whole life.
That was insane.
And I couldn't get it out to save my life.
But even
night.
then, I was stuttering, and I was like,
I was forgetting
couldn't
words.
Breathe, like I couldn't think. Like I was just so like, and it was like electricity.
Especially
just
in that
going
one
through the
room.
whole
When
house.
we were in that one room is when I forgot.
Well, after
words,
we said the
I
prayer
forgot
and
everything,
we prayed
man.
for him, we like walked.
That's when I realized I wasn't ready to handle something like that. That I better get some things right in my life because I couldn't perform or function in that spot.
Well, after we did the prayer, we walked out of the room and we turned the light off, and then it flicked. It like the light like flicked on like
aggressively, like
somebody
somebody
hit it, and it like flicked on, and we were just like, shit.
That was next level.
That was like that whatever entity that was telling us we have no power here. You have no power.
And we have some, and
Yeah.
like you were saying, you seen that shadow in this room. We have stuff from that very investigation in this room.
Yeah.
And
I tell people about that investigation, and they literally look at me like I'm crazy. But it's like every word I say of that investigation
nothing's
is
a lie.
100%
And it's
true.
all documented.
It's all documented.
We have it documented, but we can't use it
And you know
because
what sucks is that like that whole investigation is just gonna sit there, but it's like Paranormal Activity, man. It's like one of those movies.
But I think what it did is it strengthened our belief that this stuff is real. It's not
It
fake.
made me believe
It's
that
not
I needed
all
to,
in movies. It's
I
real.
need to prepare better.
But dude,
Exactly.
that whole investigation, dude, was so mind blowing on just how like unprepared we were, but at the same time, like we went up there like with our fucking chest puffed, and we were like, and like we walked in there, and leaving that investigation, it changed my life because I literally felt oppressed. I was depressed.
We were
was like,
whipped, man. We got whipped.
We got whipped on that one.
Yeah, that one really stuck.
Caught off
That
guard.
still sticks with us, and I think honestly, dude, I feel like there's some unfinished business with that one.
Well,
that's not up to
we're
us.
finished.
And like I think that like whatever was there came here.
Yeah.
And it sits here.
Well, it came with the stuff we brought. The stuff we brought. I
Yeah.
mean, that one thing, you hold a EMF reader to it,
and it's off the charts.
off the charts.
And
not even electrical
but-
boxes, big,
but not
huge
even-
electrical
not
boxes
even
give
that.
off that
It's
much.
not even plugged in.
And then it
has no batteries.
And it was playing the CD that's in it.
Yeah. It still has like a shit ton of EMF. So that one, and then, dude, so many things about that investigation that are just like when we were eating dinner and I was elbowing Vince and I was like, look, and then I just like looked, dude, like what I saw was just.
It's like something out of a movie.
I was like in disbelief because it was something that I saw in a movie, like I would see in a movie, or like something you would see in Paranormal Activity. And I was like elbowing Vince, and he's like eating, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Fucking look, man!" And like it just what I saw. And I'm trying not to get into too much detail.
We completely
because-
at that time though we completely
Yeah.
left him hanging because
Yeah.
he was trying to present what we found and he was stumbling over his words and we were just like,
yeah. But I was
It
like,
was just, dude, we got our freaking asses.
I was in a different mindset when
We got
that
our
was
assholes
happening.
kicked in, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and it just was such a bad rap, man.
And like and then like just the investigation alone, dude, there was like so many things that we saw that were just like you're just kind of like, what the hell, man? Like,
"You okay, intern? Yeah. You could open that door a little bit, just don't let anybody come through it.
Just make
Air it
sure-
out a little bit. Is it too smoky?"
No.
All right.
So, but that investigation will stick with me for life.
Yeah,
the other
that-
one too, the demon come. That one's that one will stick with me forever.
We can tell that's
Yeah, we could tell it.
So, Job gets hit up by this lady. She says,
That's all.
And then you realize you're on camera. Oh, the whole world's watching. You're gonna have to edit that one out.
Job gets hit up by this lady, and she's saying she's having problems. There's this 10, like, what is she, 10? 10? She's like
preteen.
She was young. She's a young girl. She's messing with the Ouija board by herself. She's playing all these games. What the hell was it called?
Charlie.
No, not Charlie.
That's
Yeah,
what she
it was
said.
Charlie.
No,
and a
that
bunch
was
other
one of
ones.
them, and the main one was that it's like a new thing where
The
they
blood ritual.
they write their name and they poke their finger and put it on a piece of paper and
And then
offer
they go,
Yeah.
and then they burn it, and then they go through the house putting blood on
Yeah.
on the doors, on all the door
That's
frames.
the stupidest game ever.
Which,
Anyway,
when we looked it up, it was an ancient blood sacrifice
Yeah.
ritual.
so anyway,
They just
she's-
repackaged it and put some new name on it.
Yeah, she's playing all these fucking games, right? So we do what we call a preliminary investigation, where we go check things out, scope it, introduce ourselves, kind of get a feel of them, and like kind of see if we have any signs of
Meet
paranormal.
with the family, kind of interview
Yeah.
them, try to
Try
get,
to get a feel of the whole thing.
yeah.
So then we're like sitting there, and her son, like the son, all of a sudden has this crazy asthma attack or something, whatever it was. But the paramedics,
Like passed out.
It was
Yeah.
like something out of the movie. Like he had an asthma attack, and then
None of this. We're not making up. None
They
of
had
this.
to
None of
call
this is made up.
911.
We could document all of this too. We have the documentation.
Yeah.
it was like they had to call 911, and the police showed up, and
The ambulance.
there's a big old like,
We're just sitting on the couch, and you could hear the sirens in the background.
and we're just like, gosh, dude,
I was sitting.
And you
sitting
literally
there.
hear in front. We're like,
it felt
oh
like
God,
it
what are we
felt
doing
like
here?
everything that like it was just like a big, how would you even say, like a train just of you should not
Chaos.
be here, just fucking going
Yeah, it
through that
was-
house.
I was sitting there on the
nuts.
couch, dude, when they all came in, and I had my hands crossed over my lap, and I was like, I'm not doing anything.
It was
I felt
like,
like I
it
was-
was
Cop
weird.
kept
It was
looking over at us, and we're
three
like,
Hispanic
I
dudes
felt
with
like I
all
was in
kinds of
trouble.
filming
Hey.
filming devices,
"Officer,
and
how
then
you doing?
like this
Great night.
family's
Beautiful
here.
out there, isn't it?
Then there was this big old
How about
stripper
those
pole.
Broncos?
And it was like, it was just so, like all these things that just collaborated into one thing, and it was just so intense, dude. Like it felt like we shouldn't have been there. Like it just felt wrong from the beginning, and
As soon as we walked in the door, it felt like something was standing at the door and just pushed us back. Like, whoa.
So
The energy in here is
long
different.
story short, we're like, we see some signs that we're like, hey, let's investigate. So, or let's at least call a Catholic priest. So Job gets a hold of a Catholic priest and a bishop, and we go back to bless the house and exorcise the house. And
Not a full-on exorcism, just like a.
it was
Well,
a rite of exorcism.
Yeah. So
Hey
then,
JP, can you check the camera?
so then, we're doing.
Just push the recording thing again. Yeah.
Sorry. Camera
There we go.
issues.
We're good.
Continue, John.
So we're doing the.
Thank you.
We're doing like the thing with the priest and all that stuff. He's talking
Yeah,
to the
intern.
family, and
You get a gold
the
star.
the stupidest thing is
We're
Joe-
gonna have a board. Sorry, we're gonna put a board with JP's name on it, and every time he does a good deed, we'll put a good star, and then he gets like a $25 gift.
At the end of the week, we'll give you some ice cream.
You get a Starbucks gift certificate or something.
He's too young to be drinking.
You can go get
Starbucks.
cake pops.
Cake pops.
Starbucks.
All right, sorry, go.
I still think of him as little. He's already 16. Sorry,
He's an adult.
Sorry love. It's my son.
In most cultures, he'd be
My
considered a
son.
man.
He's a man.
Man.
He'd be fighting wars.
He's
That
ready for
man
the
sitting
strip
over there.
clubs.
Stop
Just
it.
kidding.
How can we be talking about priests?
Well, I was trying to finish my story, but you
John,
guys
go
keep
ahead. For the
interrupting.
world.
So as I was
My
saying,
word as a gentleman.
And then he gets 2 golden stars.
Jeez.
Woo! Just kidding.
Jesus.
All right,
take
go
the
ahead.
no, I give up. You
wheel.
tell the fucking story.
Jesus, take the
Quit being
wheel.
butthurt. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Tell the story.
Go ahead.
We're freaking congratulating our intern, and you're being selfish.
In the middle of my fucking story.
Sorry, we shed a little darkness on
He's
your
a-
bright star.
Yeah, sorry.
Twinkle, little
Tell the-
star.
Tell the story.
Go.
Go on.
We don't know what story you were gonna tell.
So we get a priest and a bishop. They're there. They're reading the rites of exorcism. They pray over some stuff. They talk to the family.
What, motherfucker? I wasn't the only one there.
The
You
mom,
tell the fucking story.
The mom talks to him, and he's asking what kind of game she's playing. And turns out she had a spell book that she shouldn't have had. The priest is like, "Yeah, we need to get rid of this right away." So he prays over the book, and then he gives it to us, and we bring it here.
Yeah.
Now you can continue. Oh. Jonathan, your turn.
I wasn't the only one there. Tell it, Joe.
Would you quit acting like
I
a
know.
spoiled
Good
ass?
God.
All right, go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hurt. Man. Just tell the damn story.
You shut your hole.
Good Lord.
So, anyways, as I was saying after I was rudely interrupted,
Diva. I need a diva thing.
Diva light. Go ahead.
It's so easy. We need like the Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs when he has like the little box that shoots party shit.
I'll wait for silence.
Don't start that crap, man. Oh boy, I'll throw this ashtray at you.
I'll wait for silence.
Oh my word, that brings up such bad memories.
So then we're sitting there with the priest, and Job's stupid ass starts asking the guy about his last encounter with the demon, and the guy's like, well, I was in the shower and I felt like something came on me, and we were all kind of like, what? And like he's like, yeah, he's like, it came on me, and like we're sitting here with this dude in front of a priest and a bishop about to do the rite of exorcism or whatever, and he's like, yeah, it came on me. So Job's stupid ass was sitting there, oh really? What, like, what do you mean? Like,
what did it feel like?
He was like, it was cum. And he's like, oh, what was the consistency? And the guy's sitting there going, well, it was like white and stringy, and like,
yeah, he
started going like this, and like
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like you're playing with fucking slime or something, just scratching your fingers. And like we're sitting there, and I'm just
and I look
like,
over at the priest, and he's sitting there with his head down and his hands in his crossed, and he's like,
I'm like trying not to fucking laugh.
And I'm
take
dying.
The
I'm sitting on the stairs like.
Yeah, so they have a huge stripper pole in the middle of their living room, and he starts blessing the house, and the priest walks up to the stripper pole and just starts dousing it with holy water.
No lie. 30 foot stripper
like,
pole.
you better let that dry off before you get on there, because you're gonna fall. So let it dry out. But that was a crazy.
It's gonna rust.
One.
What if it had just like, what's the movie when everything just turns to ash when it gets hit with that?
Like Blade?
I don't know. It's like, what movie is it? It's like Green. It's like a superhero movie, and they're shooting this ray at this thing, at these objects, and the metal's just melting, but the stuff that's eating away at it is like green slime. And it just
like
falls
Alien?
to ashes. Maybe. I don't know. It's just a thought in my head, memory from a long time ago. That'd have been funny though.
Dude, speaking of, I this memory popped up in my head the other day of like this when we were kids, and we would fall asleep watching TV, and there was like this really, I don't remember if it was a TV show or a movie, that there was like this voodoo doll or like a mask or something like that this rich dude in this like big old like ballroom, he was going up, and he had like a black suit on, and like he was going into a ball, and I remember it so vividly because it traumatized me so bad. Like he goes into the elevator, and the whatever the doll gets him or whatever, and it like takes everything from his neck down, and like they open the door, and everybody's standing out there, and his eyes are sunken, and his head's just sitting on his shoes and his clothes.
Huh.
And it traumatized me for
like
life, dude.
Like completely just turned to ash.
Like
except
it,
his
no,
head?
like it hollowed everything out in his head, but took his body.
Huh.
It was like super traumatizing. I was just like,
You woke up in the middle of the night?
yeah, I dreamt about it last night.
What was like a movie for you that like traumatized you as a kid that it always stuck with you?
It wasn't a movie. It was the beginning of. It was not. The guy that used to smack his face. Remember that show that used to come on late nights on Fridays? Tales from the Crypt.
Oh.
That guy scares the
Keeper?
shit out of me. Ever till now, dude. Back then when I was a little kid, because you got to remember, I didn't have any TV. I never watched TV, so every once in a while I'd stay at the Rodriguez's, and they had TV, so we'd stay up watching. And every Friday or Saturday night, Night of the Living Dead would come on, and Eric and Aaron would watch it. And I'd be sitting there watching it, and it was that head, and he would grab his head, and it would scare the crap out of me, man. I was mortified of that. I'm still scared of it.
Mine was Tales from the Hood when the cop pissed on that dude's grave, and he fucking grabs him by his dick and pulls him into the grave.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Really? I've never seen it.
Tales from the Hood or some shit.
I've never seen it.
And his head's like stuck in the ground?
Yeah.
Or
I saw that and Nightmare on Elm Street. We were like young as fuck, and that was like
Eric and
probably
Eric and Alex are always responsible for all our
Eric
trauma.
and Denise, they were babysitting us. And we watched the part where she gets climbed up the wall and she's getting slashed up all crazy.
And we begged Eric. We told him, dude, please let us watch this movie. We ain't scared. And then like we watched it and we were like, oh fuck, dude. It scared the shit out of me.
And then those books,
I couldn't even sleep that night.
Those books, what were they called?
Scary Stories.
Yes, dude. The one with the man with the big head. That one scared me.
Mine was always the one with the pimple, where the girl had the little bite and it got bigger, or like a pimple, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and she popped it and all the little spiders came out of her face.
That's true. That happens, doesn't it?
That's fucking disgusting.
Oh god, that was the stuff of nightmares, man.
Yeah.
No.
I can't. I have like, what's that shit called?
Trectophobia.
Yeah, where all the holes and all that like shit like that, like, or like when shit's like fungusy or whatever.
Trectophobia or trectophobia.
I can't handle that shit. I get all fucking like, oof. I'm cringing now just thinking about it.
What is yours?
My movie that scared me? The Blob.
The old 50s one?
No, like the remake, the 70s or 80s version.
One night I was working overnights,
we should
and I watched that, the 50s one. It was so good.
Where the dude gets pulled into the kitchen sink.
I've never seen the remake. I've seen the old one.
That shit fucked me up,
The sink gets clogged.
And then my mom would ask me to do the dishes, and I'm like, I ain't fucking doing the dishes. Fuck that. I ain't doing the dishes.
That kind of fucked me up too, man. I'm not gonna lie, because the sink gets clogged. He's like doing dishes at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And he grabs the plunger and he like tries to fucking plunge it, and he's like going like that.
Yeah. You're on camera, bro.
And so like it like comes out, dude, and it grabs his face and like fucking pulls him into this like little 2-inch drain.
And then it turns on the thing.
His legs and shit start shaking all day.
Sucks him into the fucking drain.
Why are you getting naked?
That one fucked me up for life, dude.
Dan,
we should watch that movie.
You remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but remember Grandma had, in her back room, Grandma had this, it was a toilet, and it had a little, you remember the little Cupid dolls? It was a porcelain. And it had the little, I think the little Cupid doll was in the toilet. Do you remember that?
I don't even know what a Cupid doll is.
What is that?
Look it up. They're like little porcelain dolls, and they have their hair like straight up. They're kind of like trolls, but they're like little babies. And for some reason, this one was like, I don't remember if it was in the toilet. I remember it just always scared the crap out of me.
I fucking hate porcelain.
It was in Grandma's back room. I wonder, I might have that wrong, but I remember seeing it, or I might have dreamt about it, dude. And I was always afraid that there was going to be a little doll coming out of the toilet, or like a snake.
What's it gonna do? Fondle your balls with its little tiny hands?
That's one of my worst nightmares, dude, is to sit down and to take a shit and either a spider bite you on the ass or a snake come out of the hole.
Dude,
that is one of my, every time I have to use, and this is very rarely, have to use a porta-john, dude, I think of that.
Yep.
Like,
Can
God,
you imagine?
what if there's a black widow in there, man?
A snake just fucking lunged on your
Yeah,
sack?
just
You run out of the porta-john, the whole construction site is seeing a snake on your balls. You're
suck out the
venom.
I get it. I'm gonna die.
What was that?
I guarantee not one of those dudes will suck out the venom.
Well,
you
maybe
go,
one.
You gonna die. You gonna die.
That movie.
Chances are, if there's 10 dudes, there's one that will be like, okay, I'll do it.
Have you seen that movie, The Package, on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude.
It's a
Have you seen
stupid
it?
movie.
They go camping and it's the dude from Stranger Things, Argyle, and he gets his wiener cut off.
I don't watch Stranger
That guy flows some bars pretty hard.
Huh? Yeah, he's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, he does some pretty good.
What?
Cerveza?
Oh.
But
how am I supposed to know what that means?
That's like the crazy trend nowadays is fucking Stranger Things. It's huge.
I don't watch Stranger Things.
I love Stranger
I refuse to watch
You don't like anything good. We face
stupid.
We face the facts. Everything you like sucks, and you don't like anything good.
I don't know.
To
How
you,
do
it sucks.
You like Twilight, but you don't like Stranger Things. Don't.
I've been over this
If it's
billion
true,
times.
If it's true, you can't.
I will. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna shit bash you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna shit bash you about all that stuff.
Oh, you know what's one movie that actually scared me when I was a kid?
I'm never gonna let you live it down.
Let me ruin Stranger Things for you.
What's the original Predator?
Predator scared you?
The original one scared me, yeah.
The jungle
With Arnold?
The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Get to the chopper! That was horrible.
Now, if we're talking old movies that scared us, dude, is The Invisible Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
That movie's actually kind of scary.
That's really good.
Hollow Man?
No, Invisible Man, the original.
Not the one with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, the original Invisible Man.
The black and white one?
Yeah, dude.
It's scary?
Yeah, you gotta watch it. They're like driving the car, and he keeps looking in his rear view, and like
He can feel his presence, but he doesn't know he's
You
there.
know he's in the back seat, but then the guy goes, he like pretty much tells him like "fuck you, fuck me over" or something, something where he makes himself known, dude.
He
and
just has that weird
fucking
voice.
grabs the steering wheel and yanks it, dude. And
I told you would pay for this.
Yeah, he jumps out of the car, dude, and the guy flies off the cliff and fucking
really?
blows up. And like the Invisible Man was sitting in the back seat the whole time. Like just the concept, like a invisible dude hunting you, like you can't see him. You don't know where he's at. You're trying to take a shit, shower, whatever. You don't know if
I think there's
there.
a reason why we can't go invisible.
There's ghosts.
People-
You'd probably be able to see ghosts.
Dude, I honestly think my bathroom is the most haunted location in the whole house.
Because of the light. You're sitting there. I was sitting there earlier using the
Is it
bathroom. It's all-
flickering? Like,
I was like,
It's electrical problem.
I always think
Oh,
somebody's
God.
in the bathroom when I'm shitting or showering.
Ooh, I just got a chill.
Like, it always feels like somebody's in the bathroom with me.
My house isn't really haunted, dude. I don't ever like feel anything or experience anything, but a couple times when we came back from the investigation, some shit happened.
Yeah.
Like
My house is the same.
even Brenda, Odie's sister, she said she saw one of my toys. Yes, people, fanboy collects toys. It lifted off of the fucking shelf.
One of my toys?
And fell.
Dude.
Yeah.
It lifted off my shelf and it like fell over.
She told me the same crap about my house.
This cigar, like, I've been smoking it, dude, and now it looks like a dick. Like, the way the snip cuts it, like, now.
My
It's
girlfriend
got, like, a big old pee hole
My
in
girlfriend bought like a grow-a-dick where you put it in water and it's supposed to grow all huge. And we're like every hour like checking on it to see how big it's got. It's not very big, but it's been in there probably what?
It's twice the size of what it was.
14 hours?
Yeah.
Maybe 14 hours. So in 72 hours it's supposed to be a big old schlong. We're all like waiting. Yeah, we're
it. It's
anticipating.
a big old meaty, girthy.
You have your settings on there to shut off at 30 minutes because right at 30 minutes it cut off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Girl.
you gotta fix that. It's fine.
It's
good.
fine, Jake.
So, but yeah, we're waiting for our water dick to grow. Grow.
Look, I've been biting on it, and now it looks like a dickhead.
It was your girlfriend who brought it back from Vegas
Yeah,
of all places.
She bought it a nice present for you from Vegas.
Oh, I forgot my
I
coasters yesterday.
I got Elvis coasters, and you got a grow a dick.
You got Elvis coasters?
Dude, she got me the coolest cup. It's an Elvis cup, and the handle is a
Why do you
music
get all
note.
the cool shit?
Because I'm dating her.
I'm the third wheel in the relationship. I should get something great.
Yeah, but you're mean to her, so she's like, I'll just get him coasters.
I'll get him a dick.
No, I'm happy with the coasters I got. I got Vegas coasters. Thank you, Mrs.
They're
Brown.
cool.
Mine are Elvis ones though. They have like one is Memories, one is Can't Help Falling in Love, and then the other one is Love Me. Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel, but love me.
Do 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 do.
That's like probably one of my Elvis favorites. I don't know.
Tear it all apart, but love me. I'm done.
Don't worry about
Like a
copyright. It's only if you play the real music.
You can't even help but like you get chills when you hear that.
Well,
Dream.
we were watching before we came in here. The kids were playing Elvis,
Annabelle just loves Elvis.
and
dude.
we were watching an
That's
old
good,
rehearsal that they were doing, and Elvis is sitting there singing. There's like 50 people in the room. His huge ass band.
I thought that he got a wedgie, but he split his pants.
Oh, that's why he says in that video, I hope I don't split my
Yeah.
pants. Yeah, because he was always
'Cause
splitting
he
pants.
split his pants because he was acting all crazy dancing, and he split his pants, and he was all like poking around in the back.
Don't split.
He's all
baby.
poking around in the back, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I think I need a new pair."
Because
of
he
pants."
always used to wear those like tight ass silk pants, and they used to just.
You gotta love that guy, dude. He looked like he had like it. He seemed like he had like a really good personality.
Well, you can't be that big, that massive, that big. I mean, everything gravitated towards that guy. You have to have all the personality in the world.
Treat me like
The guy had it all. He could act, dance, sing.
What would you say your all time if you were like on your deathbed and you had one song to listen to, one song? What's your song?
Not Falling by Mudvayne. No, just kidding. That would be one of them.
That would be your last song. You'd be like,
Dude, it's beautiful.
You'd be like a sun-dried tomato ready to die, and you'd be like,
I'll stand.
not falling, not falling. Yeah, well, you're all sun-dried out.
You just stole that line from Johnny Cash.
You take
You're
your
laying
breath.
in the gutter. What song you gonna sing?
You take your last breath.
It would probably be.
I'm falling.
It would be either Suspicious Minds or what is that one song they redid it with the Philharmonic from London. Always Me. There's always me. Have you ever heard it?
No.
It's so good, dude. It's like I never heard it either, and I heard it one day. I was on just random on Elvis radio, and they played it, and I found
That would be your
dude,
last
it's
song?
so good, dude. It is epic.
Mine would probably be. Yeah, I think mine would be either "If I Can Dream" or Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Uh,
Yeah, why? It's just a good song, dude. I find her voice to be very soothing. I think like mine would be, if it was Elvis, it'd be
Let me see.
American Trilogy, or
That's patriotic too. I'll go out listening to national anthem.
Mine,
Or I would-
mine would be everything. Carnival. Everything I Wanted.
Oh yeah, yeah, I like that song.
Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish or Elvis.
She has a great voice.
Yeah, she's. I
Her
think
voice
she's
is-
great. She's evil. So,
She's demonic.
We all are.
They say that about everybody. They sold their soul. How could you sell your soul when it's not yours to give away?
Demonic.
I don't believe that.
I think
I
it's
don't
It's
believe
got to
for
be
one
your
second.
soul.
Yeah, no.
it's a
God gives you.
I think
that,
it's just an expression.
gives you
they
that
all
soul.
say.
I think it's a.
I don't know.
How would you say? I completely lost what the fuck I was gonna say. When you sell your soul, I think it's like the devil tricking you to do demonic.
You ever see those
shit.
videos like
Using you.
you ever
Yeah.
see those videos of when
Well, we
like,
all know somebody that we think that the devil has to be using them. They're an agent of the demons.
do you ever
You're an
like
agent
do you
of
ever
the
see those
demons.
videos where people talk about like where they're like, hey, like these people offered me like tons of money and fame and stuff to do something like unspeakable, and like the other guy's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man, like what are you doing right now?
David
like-
Dobrik, he talks about his friend.
Like
Have you seen that?
yeah, or like
That's
Kevin
the guy
Hart,
from
like Kelly Clarkson was
The
talking
leads-
about it to Kevin Hart,
And he goes, he looks at her and he's like puts his finger to his lip and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, shut up. And she goes, oh, you too? And he's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, shut up.
The Imagine Dragons guy. Is that who you're talking
Yeah.
about? He talks about it.
David Dobrik?
He does like a YouTube video.
And they're like,
David Dobrik's like
I don't know who that is.
he's like an entrepreneur.
manure.
And he
manure.
He says that he has a friend and she like was a singer. And she wanted like
That's it.
she wanted fame and fortune, and then like this he said he was in the room with her, and this dude with the suit, a nice ass suit, like
There's
just
always
clean,
me.
and he walks in and she's meeting with him and she goes, I need you to leave the room. And he's like, why? And she's like, you need to leave the room, and we'll talk about it later. So then he leaves the room, and then she comes in later to his room crying, and he goes, what? And she says, well, I talked to that guy and she said that he wants to buy my soul. And David Dobrik's like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, he wants to buy my soul. He'll give me everything that I want, like with fame and fortune, but they need a sacrifice. And his mom, I guess her mom was there too, and her mom told her that it would be okay to sacrifice her, that she wanted her to be like famous, so she said that her mom offered herself as a sacrifice.
That's fucked up, dude. But like, yeah, there was one where this guy, like, he was talking it was on TikTok, but it was a dude. He was like, yeah, they offered me to go to this party, and he was like, I went to the party thinking there was going to be all kinds of people there. He's like, I showed up to this huge castle place and nobody was there. And the guy told me, you go into that room. And he went into that room and there's like 12 dudes with robes. And like,
Sitting there.
they told him,
great Cornholio.
yeah, they told him, go into that room. Those 12 dudes told him, go into that room. And he goes, no. And they're like, go into the room. And he's like, no. And he left.
I'm good
and
on
he
that.
was like, I wasn't even trying to figure out what the fuck they were trying to get me to do.
Yeah.
Because he was just like 12 dudes in robes, like, and I'm in this huge
Dude,
castle. He
it's
was
insane.
like, fuck that.
Like I just been like doing a lot of research that the satanic church is just so prevalent in everything that we do on a day-to-day basis.
Behind the scenes.
It's insane, dude.
But dude, like that video alone with Kelly Clarkson, where she's like, hey, you haven't had anybody ever offer you something and to do it, and he's like, shut the fuck up.
Dude.
Like normal ass people, dude, that you wouldn't even think are like Satanists, and they're like part of the New York
Martha
church.
Stewart.
And like she was like, this one chick was
Probably.
like talking about she was a neurologist, like a doctor, and she said that she was part of the satanic church, and like it was insane. I was like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
What is all this on? Where can you find all this crap?
You just see it on the
TikTok and
internet,
YouTube and
TikTok, Facebook, shit like that. Or they.
I don't know.
there's just
I
tons
deleted.
of-
I had to delete my.
That's
TikTok,
such a
man.
dark hole to go down, dude. Though
I miss it, but I had to delete it, dude. It just took
You
too
miss
much
all
time.
the twerking.
I do have it on my work phone, but I don't have it on my.
Isn't that
personal
even
phone.
worse?
Huh? No, it's just I don't know. I hate. Dude, it takes so much time. Before you know it, an hour or two has passed.
Odie will sit there for like 2 hours, dude, looking at TikTok. And like when we try to watch a movie, I'll see her pull it up, and I like get so mad. I'm like, I don't mean to be a dick, but
It's
like,
an addiction.
I like to like when I'm watching a movie.
I'm addicted to it.
When I'm watching a movie,
That's why I had to delete it.
I like to watch the movie. Like,
got nothing
let's
Dead
watch
October
the
done.
Movie. And she'll pull up her phone, and all of a sudden I'm like, excuse you, turn your phone off. Let's watch the movie. Like, let's live in this moment. Like, turn your fucking phone off. Like,
Sometimes, dude, I catch myself like I'll be working, and then all of a sudden I'm on TikTok. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta get back to work. And then
The
I'm
place I miss watching TikTok the most is sitting on the job.
Shitter.
Yeah, it makes things.
your
go
legs
faster.
go numb.
Yeah.
You literally have an engraved ring on
The
your
other
fucking
day,
asshole.
dude,
'cause your
I
fingers so long.
literally spent an hour on the shitter.
I literally, dude, I
I
was
sat
watching.
there taking a shit for an hour.
I was watching TikTok.
Can you imagine how bad that is for your body?
Oh,
just sitting
so
there,
bad.
like-
It's probably
Yeah.
bad for your circulation and.
Yeah,
but
your butthole's exposed to all manner of bacteria and crap.
I was taking a shit, dude, and I took a shit, took a shower, and I was like getting dressed, and Odie goes, "You have a ring on your butt," and I was like, "What?" She's like, "You have a ring on your butt." She's like, "How long were you
Ass ring.
sitting there?" And I was like, "I don't know." It was probably like 45
Ew,
minutes.
you
of
take
just
showers with a girl?
TikTok. With a what?
I'm just kidding.
You made it sound like a bad thing.
I'm just kidding. But
I hate taking showers.
it's bad, dude. It's so
together.
bad because it plays on all your like. Doop, doop, doop,
I
and then you
don't-
go back, and then I hate the one where you try to send it to everybody and you hit the wrong button and you lose your track,
Oh, it,
and
like,
you can
goes
never
off.
find that video again. I'm like,
Disappears.
ah!
I
used to hate that.
I hate showering with somebody because like when I want to clean my ass, like I have a method, like how I clean my ass, and I don't.
We don't describe it. Don't describe it
wanna-
to us because I don't want to hear.
I don't want to like fucking show her like how I like.
I don't want to hear
scrub
about your
my
special
ass.
towel. No, I don't want to hear none of that. Your
Like-
special soap.
How you lather your hand and then
Stop! You're telling us. That's telling us. I don't want to hear.
you swipe.
Can I change the subject for a second?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can
We
I
are
change
too
the subject?
open, man. Jesus.
But I mean, we're open books. We're like that with each other. Like last night, we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and we had a new person
Yeah, let's
in our
talk about
circle.
that.
No,
No.
that's awful.
So we were
Let's
talking.
talk
No, no, no,
Stop.
no.
We were talking about. We were talking about something, and he was just like, "Man, you guys are really open," and we're just like, "Yeah."
It's bad.
What's the point of hiding it, though? I mean, not hiding it, but I don't want to say it on.
I'm
the
not
podcast.
blasting it over the air.
No, I don't
We're
wanna-
not here. We're not here to talk
Have
about
we ever
it.
talked about the wipe method?
Job, we've talked about
Can
that.
we not, dude?
Let's go.
Let's talk
move
about
on.
something else.
You brought it up.
So, anyways,
The fuck?
As
like
I
I'm
was
the
saying,
bad guy.
as I was saying, we're like
It's something that needs
he
to
was
be
he was
talked
just
about.
kind of flabbergasted, like on how we're
Yeah,
like,
with a
open.
5-year-old who's just learning how to be potty trained. Okay, go.
Dude, I don't look forward to that. If I ever have a kid potty training,
Dude, I potty trained
That's the
4
wor-
kids and it
that
was
It's not
sucks.
fun. It's not fun.
the boys are the worst. Audrey, she was easy. She just did it. I was like, oh, you're so cute. The boys, oh my
so
god.
if there's any
I peed my pants, Dad. I peed my
if
pants.
there's any resentment towards the boys, it's because you had to. You're like, you son of a.
The whole well, that guy was talking about aim for the Cheerio, and I was like, I never did that.
I always
knew
hear
about a
people
Cheerio.
try that.
You throw a Cheerio in the toilet.
Yeah, and
Down to aim.
that's how you teach your little
Yeah.
boys to aim, by hitting the chair. You make a game out
Like,
of it.
dude, okay,
I never
so
did that.
the difference between a kid and a dog, I know you guys are gonna give me
JP.
shit, but listen,
30 minutes.
listen, Linda, listen.
Yeah. Go.
So the difference,
You're so
they
good.
they come out with this like piss. It's
Intern JP.
like a piss spray for a
Shark bait.
dog.
Ooh ha ha. Sorry.
where you spray a spot so the dog can smell it and piss there. It doesn't fucking work.
No.
They don't give a shit. Mind you, my dog
I
Sam,
think
he's
Sam
really
doesn't
good
give
with
a
it.
fuck.
No, Sam was good. It was the other.
Well, didn't you
dogs
say
that
he had the runs and he ran and he
shit in the shower drain.
shit directly in the drain?
In the
Dude.
shower drain?
Dude,
Yeah.
that's how I know he's not fucking stupid, because he'll do stupid shit, but when he had the runs, dude, he ran to the shower drain and he shat in the fucking shower.
Right in the drain, dude. It went right down the drain.
Like he knew where to shat.
That's
We
so
were at a
cute.
hotel and he got
Such a cute
sick and he
puppy.
shit in the fucking shower drain.
My dog's
But
excellent when it
I was
comes
like,
to that. Luna, she
that was the
never
worst.
shits in the house. One time, but it was because we left her all day long.
Yeah.
She won't do it.
He doesn't shit.
She's such
he
a good
doesn't
dog
shit
when
in
it
his
comes to
kennel. You know why? Because he doesn't.
Everything
fucking-
else,
he
she's
doesn't
psycho.
want to shit where he sleeps, so he's like, "I'll wait," and then he fucking shit.
That's what we forgot to do. I gotta buy new underwear because we did our laundry and Gabriel left her out,
Oh, dude,
and she ate all our underwear.
I gotta-
Every single one pair
I
of
gotta
underwear.
buy a
man.
new fucking dryer because the one that I have, dude, it turns so fucking hot, it's melting all our underwear. All my socks
Maybe-
and my underwear
Dude,
are melting.
you know what it is? Your vent is clogged. all the heat is coming back in. You're gonna start your house on fire. You should get. They sell those long, and you run them up, and it brings everything out. You have too much lint in your thing.
I took the whole thing apart. I literally took the fucking dryer apart and cleaned out all the lint inside.
The tube is clogged. You're gonna start a fire.
Fuck.
I don't want you to burn.
I don't want to burn.
Well, go buy that thing. They sell them at Walmart. And you put it in. It's like a little, and you spin it, and it catches everything, and it just pulls it all out.
But the drum became loose, so it's like
you just need a new drum.
My chones are getting stuck in between, and I gotta fucking rip them out. I'm like, fuck, man.
Well, dude.
Odie just bought like 10 new pairs, dude. They're all melted.
We wash our clothes, and because where I'm living, the power can't support the 220 for the dryer, so I've been hanging them out, dude. My clothes smell amazing. They just have a different smell because they're air dried. Smell really good.
Moldy.
No, not anymore.
Musky.
I used to put them up in the house, and it would take forever in the house to dry. But when they're on the line, they smell. They smell like
clothes,
fresh.
Yeah, air dried clothes are better.
It smells like cigars. That didn't work.
You're trying to get a good.
Yeah, I was trying to get a good whiff. Yeah, cheap cigars.
Smells like shit cigar.
Smell like a wino.
But I don't know, man. I'm better off without TikTok. I know I am. I'm so much more productive.
Dude, I honestly think the world is better off without TikTok. I think it set us back. It set us back, dude. Social
do you
media
think technology is setting us back or helping us? Because
it's ruining everything.
I don't know, because
kids nowadays, they can't even fucking look at their phone for 5 minutes without having to
I don't know.
Stay on it.
My son though, he talks. He's interested in World War II and war because he plays Call of Duty. He can tell you all kinds of stuff about war, weapons,
all kids
stuff that I don't even know, man. And I'm just like, where do you learn this? He's like, oh, I seen it on YouTube or TikTok. I think as a group we're getting smarter because of technology, but yet.
But how much does that take away from you being able to do things normally like how we used to? Like we used to go play outside. Yeah. And we'd play outside, dude. We'd scrape our elbows. We'd tackle each other.
Yeah.
We'd fucking hang out with our friends and do all that shit. And we would literally experience being a kid outside.
I thought it stopped. It says 1 hour.
Kids don't experience that shit anymore.
As a parent, dude, I hate.
It's different.
I hate the internet. I hate it. It's caused my kids to do some stupid ass shit.
Yeah. Like stuff they see online.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you guys are dumb.
I think so.
Sometimes I'm like, God.
You're telling me
all the Tide Pod challenges. Yeah. I have Tide Pods, and I'm like, I would never eat a Tide Pod.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nothing about that looks even remotely good.
You're telling me if social media wasn't around, kids would fucking eat Tide Pods? We didn't eat Tide Pods.
It's so flabbergasting.
We didn't have.
That never even crossed my mind to eat laundry.
The internet has so much information, but our youth are so stupid.
We were dumb when we were young.
But I mean, you could walk up to them and ask them.
I was about as dumb as a box of rocks. We used to make roller coasters. Me and Isaac. Shout out to Isaac.
Yeah,
we'd make roller coasters and we'd
shopping cart.
We would duct tape either skates or a skateboard to the bottom of a cooler, and then we'd have Natalie get in, and we'd try it out on poor Natalie. She got so beat up. She was our crash test dummy, man. She was always falling out. One time we made the drop ride on the clothesline thing when we lived on Grove, and we lifted her up, and we're like, hold on, Natalie, and we closed it. And then we dropped it and let go, but when it hit the bottom, it flipped, and she fell out and hit the ground, and she was laying there. And we're looking down at her like, oh, dude, shit.
We had like a Target cart back then, dude, and Isaac would fucking put us in the cart and we'd do the roller coaster and he'd fucking shake it all crazy and run all fast and we'd be like,
and he'd dump you in the alley.
But dude, those type of things, kids don't experience that shit nowadays because they're too busy on Facebook and TikTok.
Man, dude, Isaac is responsible for some of the worst injuries I've ever had in my life. Dude, I remember one time he beat my ass and I just laid there on the grass And I was looking at the sky, and I was out of breath, and I just laid there like I couldn't even cry. I was just sitting there like
one of my
rolling around on the ground. And then I finally got my breath, and I took the deepest breath, and I was the loudest guttural scream of my life. My mom came running out. What happened? I'm all bloody on the pavement.
One of my all-time favorite memories as a kid, dude, is Halloween, when we were just raising hell, dude, and we were running through our neighbors' yards, and we were in our costumes, and we ding-dong ditched this house, and we took off running, and my friend was running, and he was screaming candy. He's like, candy! And, like, we ran through this yard, or through their yard, dude, and there was a clothesline, and dude, it snowed, so there was, like, snow on the ground, and he's all, candy! And he was running all crazy. Dude, we were running so fast, dude, I felt like the Flash. I was fucking running. Dude, this guy's legs flipped fucking like 360 in the fucking air because he got clotheslined by the fucking clothesline.
It hooked
and
his neck, dude. You could just see his
You just saw like a poof of snow go.
You could see his like spine just dislocate.
Did his candy go everywhere?
It was like something like that. It was like something out of a cartoon, dude. But I mean, kids just don't do that shit anymore.
Like,
Man.
and they're like, candy.
Yeah. I look around, dude, and I see kids. They don't experience that fun shit like we used to. Or when we'd play football, like our whole family would get together and we'd play football.
Dude, those were the
beat the
most
shit out of
epic
each
battles
other.
of all time.
We'd literally fucking if two
One
people
time I
didn't
swear
cry,
I swear I broke Mikey in half, dude. I hit him so hard and he landed in the rocks and he did the same thing as rolling around.
To all the peoples of the world, I once more give expression.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
I have never been a quitter.
Tear down this wall. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already?
Have you ever seen something that defies explanation?
You are not alone.
We seek to define and provide for those unwilling to taste the other side. It is in our dogmatic conviction to document the supernatural.
Our team, Joe Martinez, Jonathan Martinez, and Vincent Brunel will push the limits of technology and science.
We may not have all the answers, but they are out there, and we will find them. We are Dead October Paranormal.